Chapter 3 Defense. I was married once and had a nice woman for my wife. I thought I would give marriage a try, but she must didn't care too much about my poor circumstances. With all these odds of discrimination against my rights, if she really cared about the way my life and any direction that I wanted to turn in her favor as my so-called loyal woman, and until death do us part, I thought she was a fully mature female adult and that she would have found the time to investigate what people were discriminating against me for. And the truth was, no one was really for me, not even my wife. So what gives her the right to back up legally? Because if I'm illegal and she's doing it like that, and I'm a man and was all the way 100% behind her, and she couldn't meet me at the 50-yard line, then I must confess that I was wrong. Well, I suffered for 7 years of pain, because if I'm alive and getting beat up from the whole world's jealousy, then you should get beat up too. Then so be it. Because you were my wife at that time, I just was wondering what females' problems were. Maybe if I asked her to marry me, that could have solved my misery and problem. But my calculations ran far from where it was supposed to be. I know a lot of things that didn't really matter to her much, but meant a lot to me as a man. And I thought that was very selfish and would not put up for that type of torment any longer than I did. I'm not anyone's child. I'm a man that has reality going through his heart. I was going to church with my wife, but after we divorced, I stopped because I read a book that told me some facts about people's religion that whites are so discriminate about. My guess is so that they can have a better focus on your girl. Trust me, I'm Cherokee. I know they killed most of us. Then they killed her because she was loyal to the game, and the game was us. Another excuse for failure was school, and that was one of the first lousiest American excuses. I know this world is still modernizing and getting worse every day. I can feel the humility of others unmarried that are close by because of hyperventilation from the fumes from their cars. And not only does the stronger people of America create a positive thought, but the United States people will make you think that you were going out to have a good time and fuck that up too. What didn't America fuck up? I call myself a private scientist, but the fact is America's made to fuck up every damn thing. My question is, there's someone getting paid to fuck up people's lives. It's time that these Americans put all these childish ideas and start making up for their fuck ups. And I want the first dibs on what I want fixed in my life. I had a dream about a young woman that I used to go to school with. I imagined living with her until I drop out of this world. You know, the part where until death do you part, because I knew that her love could repair my hurt that stuck in my heart from the loss of my biological parents. The love I thought I could see in her eyes were terrific enough for me. I felt I didn't need anything at the time but her, and I tried longing for her as long as I could and failed. But anyways, she was beautiful to me in my eye of art. She turned out just to be the same old usual. The beast came out of her in this little dream, and I have to say I was just small 5'4" big things that come out of small packages, because that hurt me really bad from what I had seen. I did adore her in every way, and I wanted to have a wonderful sex life with her, because to me, in my penis, she was perfect for the satisfaction that I wanted to share with one another, a give and take type of predicament. And every time someone says her name, my feet are swept from underneath me. But in this dream, she was fucking a young white male in the public. She was taking to him, talking to him, saying he won't fuck me. So as I was taking a couple steps away from the welfare office in Youngstown, Ohio, when it was located on the east side of the Mahoning Valley, this young white male was walking past me. So in my dream, I grabbed him by his neck. I broke it. I broke his neck. I thought that he was okay, but he wasn't. I killed him. And after I killed him, another tall white male grabbed me from behind my blind side. So he shot me in my neck with a needle that paralyzed me for a few and knocked me out. He said it was okay that I killed the guy and that I put him out of his misery. He was dying from cancer. Plus his woman broke up with him that day. He was an ex-Marine. And I told the man after I accidentally killed him that I love her, and I cried. So my dad was close by at the time. He took me home because the tall white male said, I'm a qualified CIA. This is top secret because I know too much and no one is allowed to mess with any of my women in the area where I'm at because I'm under certain types of hand law, strong enough to kill. Well, as me, my dad rolled home together, this song came on the radio. I told my dad, I know you're a black man, but you're gonna have to cut that shit off. And as I cut it off the radio, I threw up out the corridor. When I woke up out this dream, I was at home. It just goes to show what I will do for love, and that's a real man. The strange part about this whole thing of defense is mostly all guys are weak about women, and that's why women get to have their way in life, because most men give up too easy. And my ex-wife called me naive. If that was a fact, I wouldn't have kicked her ass. I still can't believe that the courts charged me with a burglary for breaking a window on accident and going into our place. But if anything, my ex must have been naive because she sure let them take my black ass to jail. I also went to prison for 18 months for that bullshit. But when a white police officer pulls out his gun, shoots his old lady in the head, he goes home on suspension. This is what happens in the dark. Don't sound too fair, now does it? So what I'm saying is this. Who cares about what they do? We should care about who they are and start worrying about the way we feel about these issues and see what more could be done with people like that limit our surroundings. Believe me, if there's problems, there's a way to solve them. If everyone says, you're right, I'm sorry, they're wrong and naive to a lot of things. But even if they have a job that has a chair and they're not a judge, it's not his job, but he is supposed to notify the president, even if there's many odds against any individual that is in a lively threat situation. And as long as what you say is a big enough issue, and that's who's worth talking to, and all governments in and out of the U.S. will count the odds on the fact of issue. People are so dumbfounded. People think money and material is everything. Well, I'm here to tell you this. There ain't no one that don't need a real woman or a man around. Someone straight that's not gay or lesbian. Someone that has the sexual worth look that you're after, but afraid of more neglect from another woman. That one that will be there to make life stress leave immediately without concern. That person that knows their car won't talk back. And that is not who's worth talking to. They must like misery. A woman that you just crawl to and look them in their eyes and ask them why you never talk to me. Someone you want to ask, can we talk privately? That's someone you wonder how their skin feels bumping against their skin, or how their kisses would feel with your lips attached. Someone you want the world to be able to watch you two make love. Those are your choices. Many people are so naive they'll have sex with anyone. You know, those people, I ask them, if I wasn't here, would you fuck that dog over there? I start laughing my ass off. But anyways, I be trying to find the love of my life that I need. And it's like, this shit is pitiful. Then I ask myself, who's worth talking to? Looks like no one. Damn. And I'm laughing out loud because no one looks like they want to bite the dust from me. I'm the only one crawling around.